Now that we're live, just so you know, my landlord just texted me and said he's going to be restarting the internet. So if I disappear, I'll be right back.
Okay.
It's that kind of day, apparently.
I promise to let
Great
you back
timing.
in. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Wine Wednesday reading sprints, the last day of the Olympics readathon. I've got some of my really good friends here. I think you guys know them all, but we'll go around the kind of circle room-ish and introduce yourself, your channel, what you're reading tonight, what you're drinking, and then we'll have some fun. Starting with you, Benedict.
Okay, I am Benedict, also known as Pegasus, also known as Gregory, also known as Greg, also known as probably other names. Beatrice, I guess.
Beatrice, don't
Hang
Yeah.
on 1 second. guys.
Grandpa Benedict. too.
Grandpa Benedict, yes. I have many names. Yeah, and I'm on Team Poseidon, the future winning team. I'm finishing up my Poseidon book, which is great.
Wow.
Also, it looks like I've got a lot left, but I've got a lot less left than actually. Like I'm on the conclusion to Shock Doctrine, and there's so many like citations and stuff in the back, which I don't really have to read. Hopefully I don't have to read like 300 research papers. Yeah, so like this much is how much I've got left. So very exciting. And oh yeah, my channel is called Gregory LaPerche. And yes, Wine Wednesday.
You made it sound like you had so much of that left. Like me.
Oh, I did. I've been reading. I've been reading since I got home.
Evie! Yay!
We are live.
Is Andrew there, or shall we
Am
skip
I
him?
here?
Okay.
It's your turn.
Am I still here? Did I survive the internet outage? Hi, everyone.
Excellent.
I'm Andrew from Get Right On In. I don't know if it's my turn to talk yet, but
Yes,
I'll
it
make
is.
my turn. Today I'll be listening to Voice of War by Zach Argyle because it's the only thing I have left for this little readathon before my team Aries wins.
I'm pro Team Aries now. Because I want to beat Zeus. Hi, I'm Kate. I am the Almost Book Doctor, and I'm on Team Apollo. We were doing pretty well for a little while, and then we slipped down in the ranks, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to be finishing up Volume 2 of Vinland Saga right now, and then moving on to the 4th book in the Long Price Quartet, which is The Price of Spring, and I am so excited to finish this series, guys. It's going to be so good.
Ellen will be so excited.
And
Sharon?
Okay, hey guys, I'm Sharon, and I have a little channel, Sharon Dwyer. And I'm also on Team Aries. So yes, Team Aries, we have the finish line is in sight. So hopefully we'll win. I think it's just if Poseidon wins or Apollo wins or no, Athena wins, it's all good too. Just keep Zeus in that 4th position.
Yes.
What am I reading? I think I finished, I don't know if any of you have read Finna. It's a novella by Nino Cipri, and there's a second one called Defect that just came out. And it's pretty interesting. It's kind of sci-fi-ish with some horror elements. I think Evie, you would like it. And then I think I'm gonna go on to, I don't know, this is what I'm reading, and I'm like, I don't know, almost halfway through. Pages keep falling out though, so that's kind of a problem.
oh no!
Oh no! Can you get it replaced or?
No, it's the beginning pages, so they've already been read.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Evie. My channel is She Was Only Evie. I am Team Hades, and regardless of where we end up, we are the best team. Don't care what Team Zeus says. But I am finishing up, hopefully, I have less than 100 pages of The Broken Kingdoms by N.K. Jemisin, which is the 2nd book in the Inheritance trilogy. So,
Is that a bind up of the entire trilogy, right? Okay,
Yeah,
I was like, dang, that's a thick book.
yeah, my wrists are very weak.
It won't be after you finish that.
So tonight I'm reading Fireborn.
Yay!
Yay!
I am about 70 pages in, and I have 2 prompts left that probably won't get done, but I needed a break from all of the crazy reading I've been doing, so I listened to a really, really, really funny audiobook today. I Can't Make This Up by Kevin Hart. And it was basically like his stand-up. It was hilarious. I highly recommend it if you need a good laugh.
Which you did.
Yes.
Kate's been coming out crazy.
It's been a stressful month with a lot of things going on. So, what is everyone else in the chat reading? I think I missed
Sharon,
something.
while they're answering this, Sharon asked my team a really great question earlier that I'm going to now ask the rest of you. What are your top 3 favorite reads from the month?
That's a good question.
I mean, number 1 for me is definitely The Hod King.
And
I
the
would
Kate
say
and Gregory?
I would say The Hod King, but I didn't read it this month. I'll say The Black Coast was number 1. Shock Doctrine, which I'm almost done with, is also number 1. And I don't know what's number 3. Murderbot. Murderbot book 1 was good.
I can't even remember everything I read. That's where
I
my
know.
brain's at.
I'm going on my Goodreads right now.
I'm like, the first one that came to my mind was Firekeeper's Daughter. That was
I
the
don't think I
first
read-
book that I read. That was my Aphrodite prompt. I've read a lot more, but that was the first one that came to my mind.
Probably An Autumn War, which is the 3rd book in the Long Price Quartet. And then Betrayal in Winter, which is the 2nd book in the Long Price Quartet. And I don't know what my 3rd one would be.
Ooh.
I would say Iron Gold, but it wasn't as good as the other books, so I don't want to put it up there.
I think
We'll
I'd
see.
have to say
Giant Television, Oh No, Lana.
Trader's Blade was my best one. And then Morning Star. And then I think Kill Creek.
You did like Kill Creek. You were talking about that the whole time you were reading it.
Yeah.
Is that horror?
Yeah. Ghost story horror.
Ooh.
Mine was Patience of a Dead Man, since we're on the ghost story thing. I don't know, to be honest, I kind of was disappointed with a lot of the books that I read this month. I didn't really like Legendborn. I didn't really like the Dragon Republic. I had already read the 2 Dark Towers series books that I read. So I don't know. Sweet Spot was good, though. The one about ice cream, that was a very interesting.
That was the one from Kim.
Yeah, that was part of her little
Bookmarks and
Get and
Breadsticks,
Eat
yeah.
subscription box thing. But yeah,
It
I
was
learned
cute
a lot.
though. I have that too.
It was good. I liked it, actually. It's very interesting and intriguing.
I liked a lot of my books, but I have a hard time picking favorites.
I feel that.
I had a lot of books that were 5 stars or 4.5 stars or 4 stars. I can tell you the weirdest book I read this month,
Ooh, tell me.
which I've talked about on different streams before, is called The Return of the Sorcerer by, I think, Clark Ashton Smith. It's a short story collection. It's like horror, fantasy. It is the weirdest thing I've ever read.
There were weird mummies apparently.
Yes,
Very
weird
good
magical mummies.
It sounds
Mummies.
so good.
It was good, but it was weird, and it was like it took a long time to get through because a lot of the language was like way over my head, and there was a lot of like made up words and weird names and weird like time things that you had to figure out where you were when. But it was really good. I'm doing a live show with Christy Lewis and Stephanie coming up in a couple weeks.
Well, maybe I'll try to read some of it before then. I have it on Kindle, so I can.
Yay! Okay, so what was your
Lisa.
least favorite book?
Hmm.
The Wicked and the Divine graphic novel.
Yeah.
I read the first two, and I think I have to stick to graphic novels that are grounded in reality.
Mm.
Like, I love The Thief Among the Stars, but I had just finished Ember in the Ashes series, so it was the same characters just before the book started. So that was really easy. And Pumpkinheads was so cute. So cute.
I think my least favorites, multiple, were Dragons of Autumn Twilight, because it had been 20 years since I last read it, and it does not hold up 20 years later.
Oh, it does not.
Yeah,
Are you even old enough to
That
have read the
Dragonlance?
book 20 years ago?
yeah.
So did I. I read it when I was like 11. So
I mean, I will say it would be a good book to read if you're like brand new into fantasy and you've never read fantasy before. But yeah, it doesn't hold up 20 years later. And then the other one is Made Things by Adrian Tchaikovsky. And then I think that's more because I've heard such great things about Adrian Tchaikovsky, and I made the stupid decision of deciding to start with a novella. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know why I did this. I never have a good track record with novellas. So
This is so good. This is so good. This is my
I
first.
have that. I'm definitely going to read it because Alan sold me a Jane Austen fantasy. So
I've been hearing bad things about Dreams of the Dying, and that makes me so sad.
yeah, that makes me nervous. I'm
I've
supposed
heard
to
of
read it
that
next
book.
month.
Yeah, it sounds so good.
Yeah. Klaus really did not like it.
I
Klaus
did not
doesn't
Sounds like
that.
anything.
Jinx.
Hand over some of that sangria to Evie.
I
Dark
will.
Matter
Guys,
was also
it was a
my
big
least
bottle that I
favorite.
bought for $5.
That was a big bottle, Andrew.
Yeah.
Hey,
1.5.
the cheaper the wine, the better it tastes.
Exactly.
I'm with Evie. Thank you, Evie.
I was looking at all the wine and I was debating what to get, and I was just like, you know what? $5 for like a 2-liter thing? I'm here for it. It's cool.
Yeah. Have you know got Aldi's near you? Because Aldi's has like $2 wine, and that stuff will do the job.
Yeah.
I can get like a huge bottle of like Yellowtail Moscato for $12.
Yep.
It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to like basically keep it in the fridge and drink it in like
Yeah.
2 days, which I can do.
Yeah.
I really
2
put my mind
days.
to it.
This sangria is normally $10, and it was on sale for half off today. So I was like, all right,
Sweet.
I'm gonna do it.
That
I don't
is the
really
drink of my
sangria,
soul.
but it's gonna get the job done. I drank half a glass, and my cheeks are rosy. That's why I went for an audiobook tonight instead of a physical. So
Yeah.
I didn't like, get cross-eyed with it.
So the question is, Gregory, do you only drink pink wine?
No, I scout out the competition sometimes. I drink other wines when I don't have pink wine. My pink wine distributor is moving, so
She
No,
has
I'm just
moved,
kidding.
so you should get it. soon.
Yeah, very soon. But yeah, I'll drink anything though. To be honest, I'm not very picky. But yes, my least favorite book as well. This Realm Breaker. This and I guess I finished Malice this month, but I won't talk about that. Actually, I think I finished. I can't remember if I finished it this month or last month.
John
But-
Gwynne Malice?
Yes.
Oh.
Yep.
You have a survival instinct, so you should probably not talk about it.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
Quit while
Yeah.
you're ahead.
yes.
Angela,
And-
is that the Dragon Poop book?
Yeah, it is the Dragon Poop book.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was supposed to read it, and Angela and my nemesis Matt told me
Yeah.
not to because it wasn't worth
Don't
it.
waste your time. Yeah, that's what Angela.
Angela's mad at Greg right now. I'm
It
scared.
was like 900 pages.
Don't worry, I stopped.
Angela
I
in
stopped.
all caps.
I don't know what
Ban
the
her,
words
ban her
were
from
in
chat.
Stop now.
I don't ban anyone from my chat.
I
No,
feel
not
like
Aphrodite. She's all love.
you are love.
Mon
I'm not
amour.
allowed to ban.
I'm sad that we have to break up tomorrow, Kate, and go back to our normal, not Greek god and goddess relationship.
Such is life.
It is what it is.
Oh, Greg, you have to
I'll
give
move
back
on.
opinions.
I have to give what opinions?
You have to give. You
Better
have to give
opinions?
back your wings. Better opinions.
Yes, better
Back your
opinions.
wings, but, you know,
I will never give back my wings. If Team Poseidon wins, I will forever be Pegasus. I will change my channel's branding to Pegasus.
Pegasus.
Wow.
Yep,
I thought you were going to say I was going to change my legal name to Pegasus.
I could do that. I will incorporate Pegasus into my cult followers' uniforms.
are
And
we gonna get wings?
yes, you will wear wings to all of our cult meetings while drinking pink wine. It will be
Have
It'll be
you run
great.
this by Benedict?
yes, Benedict is
Yeah.
the leader. Yes.
He's the leader. Leader of the cult. That
Greg,
must
for the
get
longest
really-
time, I thought that was your name.
Yes.
Somebody corrected me.
Yeah, me changing my name
is his
in
name,
shelf
really.
space was very confusing for people, I think. So I changed it back.
I remember that.
Andrew, you didn't like Fireborn, right?
I have not read Fireborn.
I
Oh,
have.
What was I thinking of then?
Legendborn.
Ah,
Yes.
sorry.
Yeah, that was not a King Arthur retelling.
No?
No,
I don't know.
They
I didn't like it. I
wasn't
what-
thrilled with it.
What Ben is saying about Fireborn is how I felt about Legendborn. Like it was okay, but like I wanted to be like I wanted to love it, and I just did not. I didn't.
Hmm.
Hi, Katrina. It's nice to see you.
Katrina's here.
Yeah,
Katrina.
Ellie.
all the people are here. I love.
All of our favorites.
All of
Katrina,
our-
did you finish
I was
Betrayal?
trying to catch up on the chat, but
Did you finish Betrayal in Winter, Katrina? I need to know. I need to know.
The gang's all here.
the whole crew.
So I have the Black
Oh,
Coast.
Lost TV.
I have the Black Coast too. I'm about how many pages in it? I started doing audiobook. I'm about 70 pages in, but I realized that I didn't really feel like I got a good feel for the characters via audiobook. I don't know if like traditional fantasy audiobook's gonna work for me. The Dresden Files works fine, but that's like watching a noir drama.
Yeah.
So
That's kind of how I'm feeling with Voice of War right now. I really like it, and I think it's so good. But I really want to buy the actual book and then reread it because it's just what you said. I think fantasy in audiobook is hard sometimes.
Yeah,
yeah,
it really was.
immersion reading was like if
It's
I
the
was
best.
looking at it was great, but when I
Yeah.
was looking at the book, I just couldn't connect with it.
Yeah, I feel that. Immersion reading is my favorite thing in the world. I discovered it during the last readathon, and I was like, wow, my life.
Yeah, but no more
It
of
is
that.
great.
No more of that, Andrew.
Oh, what? Because of the It vlog? Are you still mad about that?
No, I'm not mad about
I
it.
refuse to
Later
watch.
on, after I've had a couple of glasses, maybe I'll bring out the Pennywise voice again since I have you.
I
here.
will ban you.
No.
I will have nightmares.
I will kick you off. Not allowed.
I have done that. I have done that in the middle of the night to people sharing a bed with me before.
That's not nice.
Do they
Oh, that's
because if it were me,
Why
I
would you do that?
No, they
I
get
would kick you off
scared.
the bed. I would totally kick you off the bed.
yeah.
You don't ban anybody, Kate.
I would ban you for that.
Oh wow, people are really scared by that voice. That's great.
do not do it, Andrew.
Katrina, I need to know your thoughts. You need to message me because it's so good. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. She's almost done with the book. Everybody should read Long Price Quartet. This is not just an Alan thing.
I
This
have
is-
it at home. I'll read it. I'll read it soon.
I have such a huge list of books I would love to read. I wish.
I just
I don't
need
know.
to
I
not
feel like
have
I'm
to
a
work.
fast reader, and I feel like I still can't get through all of the stuff that I want to get through. It's hard.
There's too many books. People
Too
need
many.
to stop writing books.
I know. See,
Sorry,
now
Andrew.
now you sound like me when I'm writing. I'm like, no, there's too many. I'm done. I can't contribute to the madness.
Yes.
No, you must contribute though.
Also, Ben, what time is it for you over there? Ben's joining us from Scotland.
Hey, that's your favorite place.
I know, my future home.
I didn't know you were in Scotland, man.
Yes.
Abby was here briefly.
He tells
too.
me he's going to give me all the cool places to go when I go and visit and move there.
And you are going to be like, I've got my research ready to go.
I've started it. Once
Do
the
you know-
readathon is over, I'll get like further
need to
into
make
it.
sure you get
spot in Scotland in mind that you would want to go to? Or do you already have that?
Kind of. Like Ben has told me good places where my book lounge would do well in
Mhm.
Scotland. And so I'm starting there, and once June is over, I'll start kind of digging into some of those places and learning more about them.
Aw.
But I've kind of done the like, what will I need financially to go visit first before I move? And then I have another spreadsheet about what do I need to start a business in Scotland
Yeah.
to kind of
I say go
prepare.
into debt to go visit because screw it. Just put it all on your credit cards and pay it off later. You just got to raise.
I do not have a credit card.
Do you not?
I mean, I have an Amazon card and I have a Victoria's Secret card, but not like a regular credit card.
You should
I
pay
had
for
one
everything with your
and I
Victoria's
paid it
Secret
off, and I'm
card.
like, never again.
Yeah.
Ben, you're a trooper for joining us that late. Thank you for watching us before bed.
Oh my gosh, I love that he just said tired as, because that's like how they talk in New Zealand. And I don't know if Lana's still here, she's gonna already know what I mean by that. Oh my gosh, that makes me so happy. I miss New Zealand so bad. I've been having some major like nostalgia FOMO on all of that.
Bye,
Good
Urza.
night.
Bye, Urza. I'll miss you.
I hope you don't have nightmares of Andrew.
I don't think Urza knows the it voice. My little
Please-
Pennywise voice.
Please
Probably
don't-
for the better.
We don't need to
It's
know.
for the better.
We don't need to know. My-
No, we don't need to know, especially when you do it at 3 times speed.
Oh my God! What the heck? No.
Yeah. You
I'm
missed
telling you,
crazy
couple more of
readathon,
these.
Andrew.
I'm sure by the end of this sprint, it will come out at some point. If I
Not
wasn't
allowed.
live right now, I probably would have already done it, but I'm nervous.
Not allowed.
So
It's different.
my last roommate, when I lived in Boston, they were obsessed with it. Like obsessed. Weird internet community obsessed with it. And
Wow.
so-
Wow.
Like writing fan fiction, like it, Twitter, everything. And so they played it all the time. And I would go to sleep and then they'd be playing it on the big TV in the living room and I would not be able to sleep. I cannot do the clowns. Just, I hate them so much.
I used to literally run away from clowns.
I will have nightmares, Andrew. Please don't do that to me.
Okay. I'll try. I'll
You'll
try
scare
my
the
hardest
kids.
to just keep it to myself.
Yes, no floating, Andrew.
All
Ooh,
I'm saying is that somebody in a horror movie should hire me to just have that voice as the evil person because it would be great. I would nail that role.
poor Georgie.
I
know.
would watch that
Poor
movie on
Georgie.
mute just to support you. I just have it playing while I'm doing other stuff, so I don't have to watch it, but it still supports you.
Well, thanks.
It's like
You were
watching
great.
a quiet.
You were
It's
great.
like watching A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we just watched that last night.
Is it good? I've never seen it.
Well, we watched number 2, the second
Oh, I
one.
haven't seen the second one. The first one I thought was okay.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
mean,
it was a little overhyped.
it was much like the first one to me. It was good, but it wasn't great. It was a little predictable.
I did
Reading
not realize that
Green
you
Book, why
were
would you
literally
say
so freaked out by that voice when I did it.
Why would you even bring that up?
What?
I think that was my fault. Everything's always my fault. So
No,
No,
Sharon.
Sharon.
None of that, Sharon.
See, Angela is with me.
Yeah.
We would totally support you, but We would be like your biggest fans because we'd just say Andrew was so great in that movie. We would have nothing specific to say, but just that you were great. Yes.
Well,
we love
thanks.
you, Sharon.
That's how I feel about you, Kate. Mon
Nothing
amour,
specific.
Aphrodite.
just-
See, Angela, I agree with you. Sharon, it's never
Yes.
your fault.
Never.
Never, ever.
Well, friends, shall we read?
Shall we?
Yes.
How long do we want to go for?
Up to you guys.
40 minutes. Like
Sure.
we did
40?
last time.
40, 40.
So,
So 8, 10?
10.
To 10. Yes.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, cool.
That's not right.
All right. See you all in 40 minutes, kids.
Oh, Andrew.
I took him off.
You took him off.
let's
It wasn't fast enough.
I didn't know he was going to do that. I should have known, but I didn't. Suddenly,
him
our
off.
viewer dropped. I'll bring him back.
Damn it, Andrew. Oh.
Everyone out there, I'm sorry about
You
that.
scared
I'm
Greg
sorry.
away.
Oh, you
Greg
got
and all of
booted,
his
Andrew.
identity. All right, let's go read. Well, friends, how did we do on that round? Well, friends, how
Almost
did we
done.
do on that round?
Oh,
Well, friends,
mute my phone.
I got 20 pages in.
I listened to 2 chapters and cleaned and did my dishes.
Excellent. Excellent.
I got 30 pages in.
Awesome.
I got 90 pages, but it's a manga, so fast.
Still counts. Still counts.
I have like 40 left, so I'll finish this in the
That's
next.
awesome.
So.
Yeah, I had to eat dinner, so I did not read too much, unfortunately. But I got wine, I got food, and I am all
You
set.
got not pink wine even. Look at that.
Yeah. Next time, there will be pink wine.
Saturday there'll be pink wine.
Okay, so what's going on Saturday?
It's a live show somewhere.
Yeah, the after party.
On
Yeah.
Joanna's? No, it's Evie's channel because we can have 10 people on there. She has the StreamYard.
Okay.
And so it's at 2 o'clock Eastern time. Yeah. And we're going to like drink and talk about the readathon and play some games and stuff. It's going to be fun.
Fun.
I don't know if I'll be
It's not
drinking.
Joanna's
It will be
channel.
11 a.m. for me.
Oh, 11. Well,
Yeah.
I thought it was- I thought it
Andrew,
was-
you could have mimosas.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yes.
I mean,
It's never too.
let's not tempt me over here, okay?
Come on, Andrew, get with it.
If
not
I'm drinking,
Joanna's
I'm bringing
channel.
out the tequila, and then we're gonna
Hey!
have a real party.
If you add orange juice to it, then it counts as breakfast.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
All right. I will definitely keep this in mind when I go buy a bottle of.
Mimosas or
Shut up.
screwdrivers, take your pick.
What kind of liquor you want? Ooh, we got some good reading in. Let's see. I'm trying to think of fun questions to ask you guys related to the readathon, but my brain is fried.
I can't believe it's over. Like, I can't believe it's June 30th right now. I feel like it just started yesterday.
I don't think Team Aries thinks it's over yet.
It
No,
can't-
they're wilding up in there. Like, the group chat's been scaring me. I don't even go in there anymore. They're very determined people.
Yeah, it's not over for us yet either. I've got to write some reviews as well before
Me
midnight.
too.
And aren't you going to read the whole first arc of One Piece before midnight too? Get all those manga points in there.
I don't have time or energy.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
our
poor
score is
George.
crazy. I just checked our team spreadsheet. These guys are wild.
I know.
Oh boy. Let me check mine. Oh boy. Wait a minute.
This should be a fun
Well,
morning.
Team Aphrodite is just gonna hold y'all all up from the bottom.
This is a lot of points.
Someone has to come in last place, so
Wait, are you checking your current team standings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Oh, man.
necessarily the standings, but they're.
Well, tell us. I want to know.
You must wait.
I am in the conclusion of my book.
I'm terribly impatient.
I have like
So am I.
I've got like 15 pages, so I'm gonna finish it next sprint. It looks like more than 15, but it's just 15.
got another Team Aries member here.
Yes, Leah. I love her. We've
Oh,
had
I
a
know.
great team.
He was
I think.
awesome.
We got somebody pulling like 400 pages, or not 400 pages, 400 points in the last 2 days.
What?
I know.
Oh yeah,
People
we've
are
got
crazy.
That's my team is
Yeah, we have that too.
probably why we're in last place because we're just like the sloths coming up from behind. One of my team members just announced that she's DNFing a book. I'm like, really?
This is
The
not-
last day of the readathon you couldn't push through?
Oh man.
Like, I don't want anyone to read stuff that they're not enjoying, obviously, but
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of people who said, "Oh, I hated this book" or hated that. There were definitely top 3 and bottom 3, but
yeah, for the most part, my team liked most of what they read.
I liked most of what I read, and I read an insane amount this month.
You did.
Yeah, I
Those
feel like I read a
ones
ton
awesome.
too.
Yes.
More than the last few months for sure.
Oh,
Definitely
yeah?
a record for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I've finished 2 more books than I had anticipated. And then that's about it.
I had
finished
planned-
way more. Way more.
I had no idea how much I was going to actually read because I knew work was going to be up and down, which would determine how much I got to read. So I planned out all the prompts, but I'm not even I just didn't even guess how many I would get through. I estimated on my sign up sheet, I said 5 to 10 books because that's usually
Right.
my average per month.
Mm-hmm.
Around there, and I have 2 prompts left, and I've read 2 books that didn't count for prompts. So that's
Wow.
what,
I read a lot of books.
14 books, if I
I'm
can do
so
math.
happy. Oh my gosh.
No.
I've done 8 and I felt like that was, or I'm on 8 and I thought
Same.
that was a lot.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
I don't even know what. Oh, yeah, I read quite a bit.
I just love seeing people read. Hello, other
I know you
Kates.
do.
All the Kates are here.
All
Kate.
Kates.
Yes, go Team Poseidon.
Angela,
I've
we
read
know,
that.
Angela, we know.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, man.
finishing book
I
number
love Angela.
23.
23, you said? Wow. I have Amanda, my team helper. I think she's in the 30s now, mid
Even if I take
30s.
out even if I take out the graphic novels, it's still 18 or something, 17, which never 17 real books.
That's awesome.
That's a ton. Wow.
But I don't read big. I think the biggest one was Sky Beyond the Storm and Morningstar. So 500-ish pages.
One of mine had over 1,000 pages.
I know.
So,
Crazy.
but I listened mostly to the audiobook for that because it was a reread of one of the Outlander books. So I kind of knew what was going to happen. So I listened to mostly the audiobook and immersion read for that one.
Yeah.
But technically I finished 2 of the Outlander books this month. That was exciting.
My
So
old
Sharon,
roommate really
everyone-
liked Outlander.
It's
She wasn't much of a
fantastic.
reader, but that was a series that she was like, you must
It's fantastic.
read it.
I know Ariel is crazy. I don't know where they came from, but being at my parents and having nothing to do,
That'll help.
it really helps.
Yeah.
I wanted to
They
finish Until Dawn, but I didn't.
They are huge. That's awesome. Anytime you can beat what you estimate you're going to do is a win for me.
Yeah.
And you're
I-
I'm going to read 1 to 5 books and you get way over that.
Yeah.
That's a win for me. I mean,
definitely.
just reading books in general is a win anyways, even if you don't.
I said 5 to 10, but I didn't realize I'd have so much time.
Yeah.
Because if I'm home, I don't, right? I have a house full of people.
Yeah, all those kids, darn kids getting in the way.
Yeah.
I'm
cooking
Kate,
for
Team
people.
Poseidon.
Well, Sharon, you need to plan a San Diego weekend getaway.
I know, right?
We had
Well-
fun that one time we hung out.
We did have a good time.
And I still have to do that other scavenger hunt.
Oh, I'm good at this.
Scavenger.
Well, she's good. She's home. And we've got all the home health care and physical therapists. So thanks for asking. I was supposed to go home today, but I didn't set an alarm. and I woke up at 11.
Wow.
I just didn't wake up once during the night and woke up at 11.
That just means you needed the sleep and the rest.
Yeah. I feel like reading Maleficent and Dune in the same month is like at least 4 books just in
Yeah.
itself.
Huge.
Is it?
We're reading Dune in August, right, Kate?
Yep. We're gonna try.
And Count of Monte Cristo.
Yes, but that one we're doing over 3 months, so it'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Yeah, I went for too many books that were over 500 pages, I think. I had 3 or 4 rather, which is a lot for me.
I did do a lot of listening.
Yeah, I did a lot of listening. I always do a lot of listening though.
Yeah, immersion reading was the game changer for me.
Yeah.
The other 2 books that I read that were really good was My Best Friend's Exorcism and Mina and the Undead.
Mm.
It's like YA vampires, but it was really, really well done. It gave me, it was based in the 90s, so it had all the 90s vibes and all the cult 90s movies that they talked about, and it was fun.
Angela, you're going to hit it out of the park.
I know, I feel like Angela will be like, okay, I'm starting this book, and 2 hours later, all right, I'm on chapter 73.
Yeah, she just speeds through. Another fan of Best Friend's Exorcism.
It was such a fun book. I love Grady Hendrix. He's an auto-buy for me.
Didn't that one have like the really cool like 80s looking
VHS tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have to try that. I almost bought that just for the cover because it looks really cool.
It's good. It's good. And it's not, I mean, it's not, I don't know. I can let the other person who said, but it's not super horror gory.
It's not. That's good.
But
I
I'm
don't
also
trust
the worst
Sharon.
person to ask.
Yes. I don't trust Sharon's opinions on these things. She said that the last book I read for her was not scary at all, and it scared the crap out of me.
What book was that?
Patience.
Patience of
Oh,
a Dead Man.
And Miss Kate over there, off of like the first 2 chapters, she's like, "This isn't that scary."
Yeah, because the first 2 chapters weren't. It was just him getting a divorce and stuff, and the scary stuff hadn't started yet.
And then it happened. That was a very
And then, like, as soon as I
intense
wrote
book.
that message, scary stuff started happening. I'm like,
yeah.
oh, okay.
The scratch on my side is finally gone, so I'm glad about that.
That was so weird.
That was really weird, honestly. That was the weirdest thing.
So, like, Andrew got this, like, scratch on himself
It's huge, like all down my side.
at the same time that one of the characters had the same exact scratch appear in the book.
It was so weird. It was not down.
Yeah, don't trust me.
Not my favorite thing. Ariel, aren't you in Southern California too? Because I feel like you should join
No.
Sharon.
No, she's in Maine.
Yeah.
She's in Maine?
She used to be.
She was in Southern California.
She has a
so
bunch
I'm
of friends
completely
there.
crazy.
Yeah, Team New England.
Yeah, and
That sounds like a really fun book.
Horror Store is really good too.
Yeah, I remember you talking about Horror Store. Didn't you read that in the last readathon?
Yes.
I remember you talking about that.
It's set up like an IKEA catalog.
That's cool.
But the novellas I'm reading now are also set up in an IKEA type of store.
September.
There you go. There's your reunion.
Yes. We should all get together. I still think we should do the Shelf Space like world tour.
Yes.
Everybody just go meet
You're
everybody.
driving the bus, aren't you?
I mean, if that's something that you trust.
Oh.
I don't know if that's the best idea, but I can try.
Yeah, I have a picture of like everybody hanging out the doors and the windows.
After the Dragon Wars makes it big.
Oh my gosh, the Dragon Wars.
I have not
That
forgotten
channel
about
has
that.
been very quiet. No one said
Because people have been
anything.
busy reading.
I know.
That's
That was a fun
close-ish,
day.
right?
It
That's like,
depends if it's Portland,
next
Oregon, or
door.
Portland, Maine.
True. I forget there's two.
Yeah, I won't be doing Malazan.
Yeah. Have too many books that keep getting added to my TBR to tackle Malazan anytime soon.
Real. For real.
Andrew, you've been called out.
What happened? Oh, I mean, I don't know, Angela. Weren't you supposed to write it for me?
We're going to be having some writing sprints next month if you want to join and work on Dragon Wars.
I really
Angela
don't think
has a
Dragon
lot of
Wars is going to be a thing that happens in my lifetime.
How could you do that to us?
Listen,
Angela-
I have done that to you since we started talking about all of this.
Who started
y'all.
that whole thing?
I did not.
No,
I
who
just
did?
merely after the hours and hours of the conversation, I just merely suggested that it had its own channel. Dang, she got so upset. Look at her. She just
Same.
left.
Angela has very important writing commitments for me. So after that, maybe the Dragon Wars.
Okay,
Talking about your
so I will explain the Dragon Wars thing really quick. Because what had happened is that Jesse, May, and Elliot Brooks had some live show
Sort
where
of. Kind of.
Gregory, right? It was you, Greg, that said what would
Yes.
happen if they got into a fight. And so
Which
then
would do
that
it, yeah.
started this whole plot line of like Jesse versus Elliot, and then how the rest of us on the Shell Space crew would be involved, how Alan would be the villain. And I forget now, like all of
He was a librarian.
details, but it was like
yeah,
a
I was the
huge-
magical librarian.
Were you? Yes. And so I started a spreadsheet for people to fill out their characters and their powers and the plot lines. And Angela did write the whole synopsis.
Yes, she
She's
did.
correct. She did do that. And it's not happening. And then so I have also the video on my channel with Abby. doing
Interviewer
Interview
Abby.
Interviewer Abby,
And
yeah.
Abby all crazy about it. And then Jesse got pregnant, and so everything changed because our main character was no longer
Now
a
she
viable option.
Now
of
she
a
can be a
character.
badass mom.
She is.
Exactly.
Yes.
She'll turn into Masaki, which is very on.
But I don't
brand.
remember how dragons ever became a part of it.
People are interested, Andrew.
I know. Yes,
It could
I know.
be.
I
It
think-
could be the next biggest hit.
I think it was started around the time that everybody was reading Rage of Dragons and there were no dragons.
Right. Right.
I still
Yeah,
haven't read
So
that.
we needed to have dragons.
Yeah, the Dragon Wars, because that was like the first shelf space civil war.
Ah,
Yeah.
right.
And then, yeah,
And then what was the next one? It was
I don't know. I showed up when that was happening.
Yeah.
And then,
Me
I don't
too.
know. Then people were talking about like everything, and I was giving my opinions on everything. and I'm just a
As you do.
controversial person. Yes.
yes, it was Team Captain America and Team Iron Man.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I wasn't there for that one. I think I came after that, or I
Yeah.
was just
It
oblivious
was a
to
pretty
it.
emotional time.
That was
on
during
South
my
Street.
quiet time before I started really talking. It's still up there. You can still find the spreadsheet.
Yeah, it's
now.
up, and I'm actually looking at what Angela wrote for the whole entire plot. So Alan's the mentor to Jesse and Elle, but unbeknownst to them, he's secretly turning them against each other, leading to the final duel, while Kate, the magical librarian, assists with the research efforts, but remains loyal only to her books.
Of course.
Jesse and Elle become aware of Alan's betrayal and then must work with Sam the magical puppy, Queen Abby, and Johanna to overthrow his revolution, while Alan, who is equipped with Katrina, Charmaine, Melissa, Jesse, Leslie, and Jeff, must secretly work to murder King Andy due to his mysterious substance transposed in his shampoo bottle through Gregory and Kai because he's acting cool, leaning, and killing peasants. Once King Andy is disposed, Alan turns his attention to the other nobles. Jesse is in hiding, gains experience and strength, and Sam is sadly killed off in a conflict with Alan at the end. Alan is slowly descending into madness, worrying his fellow allies, while Jesse has gained strength and control over the disorder left from King Andy's death. And when Katrina cannot be found, Charmaine assumes the worst and joins Jesse and Queen Abby, leading to a terrible conflict with her twin Melissa. Eventually, Alan is left all alone in his madness, only to realize that he dreamed it all up in his mind.
Like real people fan fiction.
I just pinned that to the top of that channel too. So if anybody ever feels, yes, you did put a lot of detail into
That was
I didn't
amazing,
read
Angela.
everything. I was trying to skim through it. But then
You guys, I will be right back in a few minutes. I gotta go
Okay.
get dinner for my parents. I'll be back.
Okay.
I think I like the Magic and Andy's shampoo bottle thing.
Yes. Yes.
The next bestseller.
Take my money.
Yep. The last interview with interviewer Abby didn't go well for you, Andrew. There was
No,
some
it
tough
did
questions.
not.
Yeah.
No, she came at me crazy. That was a fun video to make. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that seemed like very funny, very meta.
That was all like one take too. Like we didn't have to redo anything. That was all like I sent her the script and then we just sat down and we did it.
How did Abby keep a straight face? Is it because she's
I have no
British?
idea. She didn't crack once at all. She did not
She's British.
crack at all.
They can do the flat affect thing.
But yeah, that was a good time.
Oh,
She was all nervous before we did it, and then I don't know. Once we started, she was just so good.
Also, there was a thing when Abby reached 1,000 subs, of which she has now reached. This was a while ago, though, where she said she would do an interview as interviewer Abby with Alan. So I don't know.
That's right.
if it-
She did say that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that hasn't happened yet.
To
Has
Yeah.
it?
test his British knowledge.
Yep.
10 guineas and a half pin. Best half
The
pin.
event happened.
Yep. We're gonna learn some definitely real phrases from Alan.
I'm fake British. I would never make it. I'd be called out real fast because I'd sound like a Harry Potter character.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was Posh Ellen and interviewer Abby were supposed to meet.
Oh God, the world would explode with snootiness.
Yep.
I'm waiting. I'm eagerly anticipating that video.
It could be Suave Alan instead.
It could.
Suave Allen is my favorite. I stand by Suave Allen.
Wow, I like Posh Allen's weird noises that he makes.
Oh my gosh. Kate, you finished The Hod King. You have to go watch Alan's review because there's something that is so funny in that
I've already seen it, but I'll have to go back and rewatch it.
Okay.
Because like Alan's videos, I just watch them whenever they come out, whether I've read the book or not.
I could not do that. I have not watched anyone's Hod King reviews yet, and it's slowly killing me.
Because I just can't, like, just like with spoilers in chats and stuff, by the time I actually get to anything that they're talking about, 95% of the time I forget what they've said. Or, like, I remember as I'm reading it, and then it's not really a spoiler because I'm reading it right then. So I'll be, like, reading it, be like, oh, I think I did hear something about this at some point.
That's fair enough, but with Bancroft stuff, the kind of like bombs he drops, I don't think I would be able to forget those big ones. Like the end of the Arm of the Sphinx. Like, would you have been able to forget that? I would not have been able to forget that. Oh.
Like, I was spoiled with part of what happened towards the end of Hero of Ages.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, to my own detriment because I clicked on the spoilers. It's not like someone like flat out told me what happened. But I kind of had it like in the back of my head the whole time, but also like forgot about it until I got to that moment. I'm like, oh yeah, I did read something about this happening.
Dang, some fighting words have just been issued in the comments. I just have to say that right now. I don't think so, sir.
Especially
Oh.
since that one's on Team Zeus.
Oh, is that why? It's all right. I will beat you tomorrow, and then we will see. We will see, Mr. Sir.
The truth will reign.
We will see.
But welcome, other Andrew.
Crane Crew has to stay together, but you gotta hold yourself down, Andrew, because it's not gonna work that way.
Yes, the winners on Team Aries. They're coming for you, sir.
Look, just like I always say, we're all winners here.
Listen, I didn't come in with this, all right? He just showed up.
We're all winners.
Swinging.
This is why I'm Aphrodite, because we're all
I know,
winners.
this is why I'm Aries. It's time to go to war. I love you too, Andrew. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, if you add all the not Team Zeus points together, the not Team Zeus beats Team Zeus by a very wide margin. So,
Everybody against Team Zeus.
yep.
I'm just shocked by how much more they have than my team.
I know.
Almost twice as much when you look at the points. How is that even possible?
Yeah, it's
They're
just
wild.
Zeus sorcery.
That's exactly what it is. It is sorcery.
At this point, we can't even come in the top 5.
You
I don't
had a rough month, though, I feel, with some of the people on your team.
Oh my gosh. They were just...
Yeah.
I love
Being
my
like
team
the
to
team of
pieces.
love.
Do not get me wrong. I love my team to pieces. But yeah, we had several people that on their like sign up sheet, they said they were going to read 10 to 15 books and they haven't entered a single point the entire month. And they've ignored all of my messages the
What
entire
if they
month.
came in like tonight by midnight?
They haven't so far.
But what if they do?
I will be very happy for them.
I will be happy for you.
It's like, you couldn't even like message me back? They've just completely ignored me the entire month.
I wonder if they just like downloaded Discord and then were like, yeah, this seems fun, and then
I just
they
like,
forgot about Discord.
and like we tried to make it as fair as possible when we were
Sauce.
doing the teams, and we tried
Right.
to split up like all of the big readers amongst all of the teams to
Right.
make it fair. But if you're saying you're gonna read 10 to 15 books and you don't even report a single page,
Yeah.
then I'm not surprised that we're in last place because all of our most of our big readers haven't shown up.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
guys.
that happens. But yeah, it averages out in terms. Well, I mean, it's tough, but yeah.
8th place is first place in my heart.
We started in 8th place, and now we're sitting in 2nd.
We started off with we were in like 11th place after the first week. And then we had like, according to numbers, like our best week, I think, in 2nd place or in the 2nd week. And we dropped to the 2nd to the last. And I think that's when my team was just like gave up trying to come in any kind of top place. Like they were still reading and there's still points coming in. But it was like when they saw that our week with the most points dropped down to 2nd to last, they were just like, yeah, okay, we're never going to be we don't even have a chance. And then we stayed in 2nd to last the next week. And then we dropped down to last. I'm like,
Do we want to do another sprint?
yes.
Yes. I think we
Yes.
should. What
Yeah, I need to
time
actually
would we
read.
like to go to?
How long do we want to read for, friends?
More wine. Yes, I'm almost out. Wine Wednesday.
Always more wine.
I'm on my 2nd gin and tonic.
Nice.
This one doesn't have any ice in it, so there's more gin.
That looks like a fat lime too. It's like
Yeah.
Over a quarter.
Yeah. I like them limey.
Nice.
Do we want to go till 10? 10 after?
10
Yes.
after. Sure.
30
That
minutes?
works.
Cool.
Good.
All right, I'll see y'all in 10 minutes, or not in 10 minutes, at 10 after.
Happy reading now.
Bye.
I always yawn.
How'd we do this time, friends?
I am done. I am finished. It is over. No more reading. I'm going
Ever.
to spend the next sprints writing reviews, I think.
Ah.
How about you?
I got 15 pages in.
Nice. Very nice.
Finished.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yay!
And like 3 pages into my next book. So
Excellent.
I ate dinner.
Dinner is important, Sharon.
Yep.
How was everybody's reading?
Things are starting to
Enjoy
get
it.
exciting.
Good.
I mean, they've been exciting, but
What'd you do, Andrew?
I was just listening to Voice of War.
Hmm.
And then I heard your voices in the background. I was like, oh, I gotta go back. Because I was just laying down here on the couch.
eh.
Hi, Cheyenne. Welcome to our sprint.
Andrew, how's Piper? My bestie.
She's good. She is passed out under my light over there.
Look at her.
On her little
oh, precious.
bed. She's knocked out. I think I need to top up my glass.
Yes, you do.
ooh.
I will return.
I did that over my sprints as well.
I need to do that too.
30 pages. Wow, that's good for
That is
the time
awesome.
that we were. I always get distracted when we do sprints because I have the attention span of like a gnat.
Goldfish for me.
Yeah, so I'm like,
Second and a half, and then
Yeah, I don't usually read at my computer chair, so like,
Ah.
and I've got like 2 screens here, so like
So
there's
it's very
plenty of distractions.
typical gamer setup.
Yeah, typical gamer setup.
Gamer boy. Hashtag.
Yep.
so now that July is tomorrow, what book are you guys most excited to read in July?
I've made some hefty promises. I've promised some people that I would start Malazan in July.
Oh no.
So, Gardens of the Moon, and I'm gonna try to read all of Mistborn Era 1 so that I can read Alloy of Law with Cosmere Unbounded
That is
because I've never read Era
hefty
2.
July.
But it's,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's your entire July right there.
yeah.
At least Mistborn will be a reread.
Well, and I have to read Dragons of Winter's Night. Yes,
Yeah.
Winter's Night for our Lance read along.
I want to read this, The Talisman by Stephen King. And Peter.
Ooh,
And drinking is always encouraged, even in Australia.
it
See,
is.
but it's going to be me on Saturday when it's 11 a.m.
We have already discussed this. There are plenty of drinks you can drink in the morning.
Listen, Kate,
Mimosas, screwdrivers, just champagne. I am also reading. I have July to read everything I want to read because I start school on August 16th, and I'm like barely gonna be able to read anything.
Okay.
So
Kate,
you're
you
just
bought
trying to
like
cram it all in.
8 nonfiction books in like the last week too. Like, you see this
blame
number
you.
of tabs? Like, this is how good this book is. How important this book is.
What's it about?
Like everything. I don't know. So, oh geez, how do I describe this? Can I just read the back? That might be
Sure.
easier.
yeah,
It describes it.
Yes. So this is political, but yes. In this groundbreaking alternative history of the most dominant ideology of our time, Milton Friedman's free market economic revolution, Naomi Klein challenges the popular myth of the movement's peaceful global victory. from Chile in 1973 to Iraq today. Klein shows how
Wow.
Friedman and his followers have repeatedly harnessed terrible shocks and violence to implement their radical policies. And yeah,
Wow.
very exciting.
I have to finish the Organ Thieves, and then I'm gonna read the Shock Doctrine.
Yes.
I will
Do you like? Did you finish Organ Thieves, or are you still working through it?
Not yet. I'm like a third of the way through it, and I had to take a break to finish like readathon stuff. But this book is so like mind blowing. The horrible things that have happened. Like they don't teach you this stuff. It's awful. I will do a video on it, but like the way that medical schools were created in the US and how the way they garnered corpses until like the late 1800s, early 1900s was insane. There was like no legislature. There was no rules about how to safely and properly gather corpses for dissection. And so they would just take them from basically any cemetery that wasn't guarded, and the proportion of Black bodies that were used in medical schools versus white bodies is astronomically horrible. There's like 90% Black bodies were used, and then the only white bodies that were used were like very, very poor, like lower class people. And no legislation was created until someone found out that they had stolen the body of a white woman. And that's what like spurred everything. It's so horrible.
It's like the classic taboo of, desecrating a Native American burial ground and being cursed forever.
It was awful,
Yeah.
guys. It's so interesting, and I'm glad that I know like where things came from. But it's made me look at school in a different way. So. Yes, political history. I also got one called Imbeciles that Amanda told me to get, which is about eugenics in the early 1900s in America, which is going to be also insane. So,
Can we really quick, Kate?
When you said the book Imbeciles.
Sorry, the
Yeah,
other Kate Apothecary. Can you? I just like that name. That Amy Nezakabuta Hanahana name. I just want to know how to say that. That's all I want. This Nezukumatathiel. Nezukumatathiel. That's all. I've never heard of this author, and that name came up on the screen while you guys were talking, and I was like, "What is this?" And I just wanted
I was ranting.
if anybody had heard of this woman before, because I have not, and I just don't know how to say her last name. That's all.
What were you saying, Sharon?
Oh, I was just going to make a joke that said, when you said the name Imbeciles, I was like, oh, it's a book about teenagers.
Oh, nope.
Full-grown adults can be imbeciles too, I think.
This is the truth.
Definitely.
I think it's referencing the fact that most people who were sterilized against their will were people who had mental issues. They weren't developing properly. So, yeah. We got a really terrible medical history in the U.S. guys.
Come here. Come.
Let's talk about something happy and not the horrible nonfiction books I decided to read.
That you're reading?
Speaking of evolution.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Pivot. No. Okay, so
Dragons!
yes, dragons. Yes.
Dragons!
So imagine evolution. So like regular dragons, like D&D dragons. Think about that.
Yeah,
So those differences in dragons are like aesthetic differences. It's like, oh, I want my campaign to fight a blue dragon because I like blue, or like a red dragon. But in this book, it's like a Galapagos Island dragon differences, if that makes sense. So like some dragons walk on 4 legs, some walk on 2 legs, some have wings, some don't have wings.
Divergent evolution.
Yes, Divergent Evolution, exactly. But with the dragons. So it's so cool. Everyone, read The Black Coast. That's my sales pitch.
It is really good. I'll give you that.
Yes.
I'm having a Jemison July, is what I'm calling it. Because I'm reading 2 N.K. Jemisin books next month.
I haven't read N.K. Jemisin yet.
Me either, so this will be a first for me.
The first one I read was The 100,000 Kingdoms. And
I will tell you,
Yes, Sharon?
I DNF'd the city we became.
That's on my list. I'm excited for that one. That's my Jessie birthday read.
That one's not like her usual book. It's not. That's more. It's an urban fantasy, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like her other work is like more high fantasy, and I really liked the first one in the. It's not the Broken Earth. It's whichever one that Evie was
The
reading.
5th season?
No, Broken Earth. Is it?
That's
I can't
Broken
remember.
Earth.
100,000 Kingdoms.
Yeah.
It's the one in the giant book.
Mhm.
That one was really cool. I'm sorry. I am now in my 3rd gin and tonic, and I might start singing. So we should probably.
No, it's
Good.
fine. This little wine sangria that was cheap as hell is, yeah.
I encourage this. I'll be reading The City We Became in the 5th season next month.
Okay. I wonder if I have time to join you on the
On the what?
in the reading.
What reading?
Which one?
I don't even know. I don't own anything,
okay.
but
Well, let me know
Yeah.
if you want to. I don't have like any particular time during the month scheduled for them, just sometime in July.
mhm.
Well, I'll probably do The City We Became early July because that's for Jessie's birthday, which is this weekend.
Except for
but-
you still owe my birthday.
I know. I've told you I will get to it.
And Sharon's
Uh,
birthday. Did you read Sharon's?
Yeah, Sharon's was Patience of a Dead Man.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
fine.
I love this thing that
But-
you do where you read books for people's birthdays because I
I
think
try to.
it's just like adorable and makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside.
Except when you
When
read
is
it.
January, by the way?
Andrew, just,
It's the wine
here's
cake.
the difference, Andrew.
Listen,
Here's the
we have
difference.
to have a lover's spat on our last day as lovers, okay?
You
But
do.
here's the difference. I remembered your birthday when it was your birthday, and I did my little video shout out on your birthday.
You did.
I didn't remember this for Sharon's birthday because I was knee deep in reading.
Okay.
Or Angela's birthday. I remembered like the day after, and I'm like, crap, I forgot to do that.
This is a very interesting family moment, and if I have the wrong gods and goddesses, you have to tell me. But I think I read the myth. So Medusa is Pegasus's mom. Medusa
story.
had an affair with Ares, and Aphrodite killed her. And when she cut her head off, Pegasus came out of her like head.
Well,
So you were my midwife?
Apparently so.
And you're Andrew's baby with wings.
as per usual, the man comes out without any. Just.
No, I was
didn't get
Poseidon.
killed. I had the most fun out of all of it.
Poseidon impregnated Medusa.
No, it was Ares.
Mm,
I don't know.
Because Aphrodite was Ares' husband.
Mm,
I don't know. According to, well, there might have been some. Wait, Aphrodite was Ares' husband, but
I mean, Aphrodite was Ares' wife. I'm looking this up. I just read it. It was weird. I might be wrong.
things are getting weird now. Anyways,
I'd be Poseidon, so I feel like Poseidon is my
if
dad
you
somehow.
want to join, just let me know. Whatever
Okay,
you want to join.
Sounds good.
I have
Yes.
many books slotted, obviously, for July because you guys know what my TBR is always like.
Great.
Yes.
I'll also be reading Malice with Katrina and Charmaine, and City of Brass is next month too.
Oh boy. I have to read that at some point as well because it's on every Book Jeopardy thing and I always never
What
know it. The City of Brass. Yeah.
I really liked it. I don't know if it'll be your cup of tea, but the world building is really great.
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't read it. I don't know.
But Greg, according to Alan, you don't read any books.
I don't
Yeah.
read books. That's true.
Not a single book.
Yep.
That was a question in one of the tag videos. That was what's a book that you say you read but didn't. And I
Really?
still think that's the weirdest question that
What
I've
is
ever.
a quit? I don't
Like,
understand
I
why would
don't understand that.
when I
Yeah.
got to that question, I'm like, do people actually do this?
Do that?
Like,
I
besides,
don't know
like
why.
in school when you're pretending you did the assignment, which I never. I mean, I did all the reading anyways because I enjoyed it. But like, as an adult in like real life, do people actually say they've read books?
I
And
do
not read
wonder
them?
if it was directed at like BookTube people. You know what I mean? Like if
Yeah.
anyone's pretending like they read like a popular thing,
Yeah.
like if they went and like looked up spoilers,
Still,
you know what I
like,
mean? To like involve in the
why would
conversation.
you
But I
even
still don't
do
know
that?
why you would. Why would you do that?
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely not for like fantasy. I feel like for like non-fiction, maybe like essay collections. Like I used to do this before I was a booktuber. I would just, I would like hear about a
The
book
truth
and just
comes out.
read like the like controversial section that people were talking about or whatever.
That's blasphemy, Greg.
It is. But I wouldn't say I read the whole book. I would just be like, oh yeah, I read like this part that people are like talking about.
Seriously, me too. I agree with the in high school thing, but
Yeah,
I do
I mean, in
also
high
feel
school,
like
that's different.
I
than,
do feel like that's
as
very
an
different
adult.
because it's like assigned to you
Right.
and like forced upon you, and so you.
I mean, I still enjoyed it all, but
I didn't.
we had this discussion before.
We did have this discussion once, but you were in the comments.
I was.
I didn't have you face to face. But
Have
yeah,
Have you guys read any of your high school assigned reading on BookTube?
no.
I read some
really?
of it every year. The Great Gatsby is my favorite book, and I had to
I
read that.
would like
I mean,
to go back and read that one by Upton Sinclair,
The Jungle.
The Jungle.
The Jungle. Yes, I would like to reread that one as an adult. That would be like the one from high school.
I have
Evie's
so
reading
many.
that.
Yeah.
sorry?
Evie's reading Tender is the Flesh, which is a book about cannibalism. And she's also it's about sanctioned cannibalism because something happened to all like the animal meat on Earth, and so they decided to start breeding humans for consumption.
Oh my gosh.
She's reading that, and she's going to read The Jungle at the same time and like compare.
Oh, that poor girl.
I want to do that. It sounds so smart.
That
It's so
is
cool.
Yeah,
so
that sounds
crazy.
good.
Honestly, there's the Cannibal Museum here in San Diego, and I've been the first time I went and just like went through it, and I was like, wow, that was really intense. And then my friend was just here, and she wanted to go. I was like, listen, when we go, I literally want to read everything and like we were there for 3 hours. We watched every video, we did
Yes.
everything, and we both left just like nauseous. And like there's this one. There was like a rugby team in the 70s that it was like a plane crash in the mountains, and they had to eat each other, and then they were interviewing them about
Yeah, I know about this story.
oh my gosh, it was all just so.
When I was in grad school, I dated a guy whose mom lived up in the Sierra Nevadas, and we went to her house for Christmas. And as we were driving up the mountains with his kids in the back of my car in the middle of a snowstorm with the cops telling us like pull over or put chains on your car, your tires, he's like nonchalantly says, oh, by the way, that's Donner's Pass. That's where they all ate each other. And I'm like, why would you do this right now?
That's great.
He's just like, oh, by the way, I'm like, really?
I grew up in the Sierra Nevadas, so
Yeah, but like we're in my little Honda Civic barely making it up the mountain with his 2 kids in the back seat. And he's just like, Like, I was worried we were going to have to get out and push the car at one point. It was... For me, it's hard to know if I've read any of my high school reads on BookTube because I read classics all the time, but I've got a BA in English and an MFA in creative writing, and so it's hard for me to remember what I read at what point. I've probably read high school reads on BookTube in some of my bibliotherapy books, but I can't say for sure because I don't remember what I read in high school at this point compared to college and grad school. I'd say definitely college and grad school I've read stuff on BookTube because that was filled with a bunch of classics.
I like comic books. I'm gonna try Russian literature.
Oh,
I
what are
always
you
say
gonna
that,
try?
but I
What are you
never
gonna
do
start with? We need Christy here.
See,
I know.
I at least say when I've made a mistake, guys. I totally screwed up.
Were you wrong about Medusa?
I was wrong. I thought that I'm sorry. Apparently 3 gin and tonics are too many.
You don't
gin
have
and
to
tonics.
apologize.
I know who
Everyone-
my dad is, and it is Abby.
That's
Yeah.
so weird.
Daddy
Oh
Abby.
my gosh.
It's Medusa. I don't know if anyone has taken up the mantle of Medusa, but that's my mama.
We should have had
14
Medusa.
No.
as a
Mama's so
teacher
scary. She turns people to
instead of
stone.
Hephaestus.
I think Angela the Literature Science Alliance was originally had her name as Medusa, and then she changed it to Hyperion.
I think the woman who left your team, Kate, is Medusa.
We don't talk about her.
she's the head that got chopped off.
One of the many. There's a sex museum in New York. Apparently,
I'll go.
Andrew's like, sign me up.
I was- no, I want to go to the Cannibal Museum. It is on my bucket list.
Honestly, it's really, really interesting. Like, it's really, really interesting.
I didn't even know that existed.
We should go if you come, Sharon. I have it's in Balboa Park, and I have my pass that gets me into all of the museums in Balboa.
Oh, cool.
So I'll go to any museum anytime, because 23 museums under one little ticket.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
For
I'm like-
$100 a year, like I'm not mad at
That's a
all. It's like
steal.
$20 just to get into the museum.
Wow.
I'm like you.
Okay.
I will sit there. I will read everything. If I'm interested, I will take my freaking time at that museum. Because
Yeah.
why bother? Like, why
Yeah.
not just glancing at things?
Yeah. Well, that's why I said, like, I did just kind of like glance through it the first time, but that's why the second time when I went, I was like, we are reading every little thing. I'm going to be here for a while. Super interesting. But yeah, there's this little section in it that, like, it's cannibalism and not cannibalism. It's 2 different boards. And then there's all of these, like, human, like, fluids and things like that you have to like decide whether or not, like, if you were to consume it, whether it would be cannibalism or not.
Ew.
And
That sounds right
I
up
did
your
it
alley,
the last
Kate.
time I actually did it, and I only had 3 under cannibalism, and the rest of them I was just like, I mean, if you eat someone's snot, I don't think it's cannibalism.
It's gross.
It's gross. And like saliva, I'm like, when you kiss somebody, that's like drinking their saliva. It's not cannibalism. Breast milk, I don't think is cannibalism.
What about vampires? Are they cannibals if they just suck
No, because
blood?
they're undead creatures.
Okay, what if someone was a human and drank someone's blood?
I mean,
This
that.
just got dark quick.
Yeah.
There is a series.
What just happened?
The Vampire of Sacramento.
I need another glass of wine for this.
I have
My
not had
channel
enough to
just
drink.
suddenly tanked. I think I just lost all my subscribers.
Yeah. Kate
Really?
loses monetization before she has it.
Yes.
I'm banned from YouTube and BookTube. I'm a
Yeah.
pariah. Pegasus pariah.
That's okay, Greg. You don't read books anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He
I'll-
just reads the synopsis and pretend.
I read the entire book, but I just don't read the titles to books, so I can't do alternative titles challenges.
The only books
I love
he's
that
read are Sanderson books because he's a Sanderson chill.
Oh yeah, Sanderson chill all day.
I just ordered the Starsight and whatever it's called.
Skyward.
Cryptic.
Skyward.
Oh,
Skyward is
Yeah.
my favorite.
Not Titanic yet. I have. Well, I might as well because I'll probably love them because it's Brandon
You will.
Sanderson.
I haven't read any.
Ugh.
I haven't read Starsight yet, but I love Skyward. That's my favorite Sanderson.
You know how Klaus feels about Joe Abercrombie, and he's like my Lord and Savior, Joe Abercrombie.
Yes.
That's how I feel about Brandon Sanderson. That's how I feel about him. I love him.
Even yes, Benedict. Even after reading
No, excuse
Hero
me,
of
That was
Ages,
not why I gave you that.
Skyward is still my favorite.
Piper's like, see you
I
later,
just
Dad.
can't beat Mbot. I just can't beat it.
That's fair. That's fair. I love bots, so I
Can you come back here,
understand.
please?
But do you really?
You see
Yes.
how hard I just tried to get her to come on camera right now? I got
She's
her
like,
screaming.
no,
And she was like,
no.
I have a feeling that Greg doesn't actually like bots. He just says that so that his
Yes.
bots don't come
Yes.
back
Why?
and kill him.
They
I
know the
love
truth, though. The
bots.
bots know the truth.
I love
Piper.
bots. I have a bot right here. This is my friend.
thank you.
This bot I loved as a child.
Have you named your bot friend
I,
Piper?
I believe the people voted on Avrana Kern for this bot, but that name does not do this bot justice. This bot is much nicer than Avrana Kern.
I love
That's
Andrew's
Andrew, I love your
expression.
dog. We have seen your
I love
dogs
my-
together.
Piper
We
said-
are in 5 days. We are going to be celebrating 5 years together.
Aw.
And she was 5 years old when I got her, so it's like a oddly weird special day.
Mine just turned 13 last week, and then my other one is turning 10 in October. Yeah,
Leah, she's always like, peace out.
She's
how
like,
she-
really? You're really trying to get me on camera
She
again?
literally looked and she saw herself on the
Yeah.
camera and she was
She's
like,
like,
no,
Nope.
I told you, I'm over
Haven't
this."
we had this discussion before?
Hates it. I don't know why.
You've got to minimize the camera.
I know I do.
Make it so she can't see. She can't tell.
Mm.
She's like, I know
But
I
she
have
looks at
fans
herself
out
in the
there.
mirror all
but-
the time, and that's fine. Freaking dogs.
She probably says the same about you, Andrew.
Yeah. Sharon, I think I'm going to bring her when we do the Balboa Park scavenger hunt so you can meet her.
I would bring mine, but they're crazy.
But she doesn't like other dogs, so it's probably for the best.
Oh.
I feel you, Cersei. I feel that. So beautiful, but so obnoxious when it comes to having pictures.
We love Piper.
We just want to remember them forever and show them off to the world. I love dogs. I do. They're the best. We don't deserve them.
My youngest ate my couch.
Ate your couch.
I'm so happy my dogs don't chew on anything. Oh God.
No, it was ate the entire back cushion, ate both arms. Like they had to my family duct taped the couch together because there was no flap of cushion, and then put a towel, like a blanket, over the back of it, hoping that I wouldn't notice. And it worked for like a week until she tore the blanket down, and then fluff came out everywhere. Fluff.
Like a little volcano exploded of couch fluff.
Yeah, no, I came home and it looked like it had snowed in my house.
Oh no.
Yeah. And then she like looks at you and I'm like, Nala. She looks at you and she sits down and then she like puts her head down really low and then she flops out on her back. I'm like, she's like, yeah, I did it. It was me. And I have 2 labs, so they're counter surfers. So bread, fair
Oh
game.
no.
I go outside and like the loaf of bread is.
My mom
I
had
mean,
a
I can't blame him there.
and he once ate an entire frozen roast that she left on the counter to thaw for dinner. Like, just ate the whole thing. Like, it was still frozen. Like, we left it at the store and came back and it was just gone. Okay.
Nala got into the trash when I was making Rice Krispie treats with dipped in white chocolate for an event. They look like Mickey Mouse heads. And all of the cutout of the Rice Krispie treats and the white chocolate.
Your house.
She ate it.
Oh, no.
She ate the white chocolate. And the next day she just laid on her bowl with her arm on her bowl like, I really want to eat, but I'm so sick.
One time, one of my roommates made a bunch of like edibles, and
Oh,
Piper got into the butter and she like ate all of it. And my roommate called me. She's like, Andrew, I was at work and she was like, Andrew, I'm really nervous about your dog right now. And like, I had to call another friend over. I was like, is she okay? And her eyes were just like bloodshot red.
poor
She would
baby.
not move. She didn't eat for like 4 days, like total opposite of what's supposed to happen on the edibles. But she was just like, she was done. And I was like, this is why you don't just get into shit, Piper, because you don't know what you're eating right now. You
I
should
wonder
not
what she
be
saw.
eating. She had so much weed butter. So bad.
10 pounds. Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
I love how this stream has just turned into shit my dogs have done.
Yes.
It's terrible. My
Yes.
best friend's dog once ate an entire like bag of sugar. It was a golden retriever, and it was just like zoom all around for like 2 days. They had to put like baby stuff on all of the cupboards because he would get into everything.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. I love dogs. They're so weird.
Mm-hmm.
They really are so weird. Oh, it's
Oh, I know.
cute. They're so cute.
Although my Nala snores so freaking loud.
Dog snores are like the only snores I think are cute. Human snores annoy me. I don't know why.
You better hope you don't snore, Andrew.
I am told that I don't, so I don't know.
That can always change.
They
It's
could
not
always-
like something that
news.
stays the same your entire life.
It's all good. It's a good thing, I guess. I just sleep by myself all the time.
You can starfish, and you never have to bother with someone stealing the covers from you in the middle of the night,
Right.
kick you
Right.
off the bed.
And then that somebody doesn't have to bother with me doing the Pennywise voice in the middle of the night while they're trying to sleep.
That's just wrong.
I have definitely done that before.
Oh, that's really sad.
Oh, Cersei, I watched my dog last week just eat up a gecko.
No.
Oh my goodness. Sharon, where was this in the group chat?
I used to have a
I bet
random
that-
pet gecko that when I lived in Alabama for a year, he just randomly showed up one day in my apartment, like on my TV stand, and he just was like chilling there for days. And I was afraid like he wasn't alive because he never moved. So I like went and like poked him with a pen, and then he like moved, so I knew he was alive. But he was like there for like an entire month in like the same exact spot. So I named him Henry, and then one day he just like disappeared. I'm like, all right, I guess that was a good run. That's it. It was like he just like randomly appeared one day out of nowhere. I'm like sitting there watching TV, and all of a sudden there's a gecko on my TV stand, not by any door or anything, in the middle of the room. And he just chilled in the same exact spot for like a month. And then one day, like I came home from work, and all of a sudden he wasn't there anymore. And I'm like, well, this is a little sad, but I guess he had bigger, better things to do than just chill with me.
I like these Wine Wednesdays. I've been missing out.
Yeah.
That's because Wednesday nights over in the neighborhood is Welfare Wednesdays. So it's
Right.
only $4 drinks. So this is usually the night that I choose to go out because it's cheap and I can afford it.
I've never heard that term before, and I'm dying.
Oh, that's what they call it. They call it the neighborhood.
I love this so much. Can I come visit? I want to
So
come visit.
precious. Please do. Come visit America's finest city.
Is there dancing yet? I'll wait until there's dancing again.
Yeah, no, there's
Oh.
dancing. Hardcore.
Andrew's
dancing.
been dancing.
Yeah, I bet. Yes, Sharon.
I am
knows.
vaccinated.
She views all my Instagram stories when I'm 2:00 in the morning, off my face on my tequila, at the club. dancing.
You will have a good time. Oh my god.
Do it. I'm here. I'm ready for it. Let's go.
Well, I think we're gonna have Wine Wednesdays every week going forward.
Okay. I
I
think
As
it's a
long as
good,
the people are
especially if we do
available.
it at this time.
Yeah.
It's a good pre-game slot for me because it's
And
only
it's gonna be like
7
on different channels. People are gonna be hosting it.
do the rotations.
Yes.
Do we want to have one last short sprint?
Are we done already? We're just getting started.
It's 9:46, and
Yeah.
I don't know why you're complaining. If we're going to the club, we're out until 4 a.m., honey.
I know I am ready. I am ready. Everybody else is not.
Glad
That's
it's
why,
been
that's why I visit Andrew like in daylight hours. because I've never had-
Sharon's scared of nighttime, Andrew.
I would be
just-
too.
I
I
just,
can't deal with all of that.
yeah, I would be. I don't think I could stay up.
I never had any of these opportunities when I was living in Monterey in my 20s. So now that I'm like in this city where there's so much going on, I just feel like it's fun to actually like partake in stuff, you know? Monterey is
Mm.
such a sleepy town.
For me, it's more I can't handle crowds and crowded spaces and late nights because I'm an old lady and club. I've never been able to do clubs because of the flashing lights and my epilepsy and loud noises, and
Yeah.
I can't deal with all of that.
I
So
can see that.
I'll just stay home and drink and wait. And by the time I wake up, you'll be coming home and you'll tell me all about it.
Yes. I mean, it's weird for me just because, like, I'm just not used to getting attention in bars. So it's interesting to go out and people are like, you have this drink. And it's like, oh, I will. Thank you so much.
That's never happened to me, even when I used to go out.
See, well, maybe you should come to the neighborhood. Find a
You
little
gotta
girl.
come to the right spots. You gotta go
Yeah.
to the right spots. This is right. Yeah, it happens.
Is
See,
that-
Yes.
I have to
My
channel
TV.
my like rock concert mosh pit version of Caitlyn,
Yes.
and then I'm totally okay being in crowds. I will tear it up on the dance floor. I
Yes.
miss it so much.
When
Oh,
are you coming to San Diego?
I don't know. I'm coming to Arizona next year, so maybe I'll just
Okay,
take.
well,
a-
Arizona is not San Diego at all.
It's closer than Michigan, though.
Wait, where are you going to be in Arizona?
Hmm?
Where are you going to be in Arizona?
Phoenix, Scottsdale.
Well,
That's where you're at, Sharon.
Is that where you are?
well, I'm at my parents right now, but when I come back out, you, Charmaine, and I should get together.
Yes.
Yeah, because Charmaine's in Phoenix.
I need all the happiness because it
So
goes
is
out for
Joshana. I
sad
love
reasons,
Joshana.
I'm so jealous. No one ever wants to come to North Carolina.
Sorry, Kate.
North Carolina, I'm sure it's beautiful there.
No one wants to come.
Oh,
Is Wake Forest in North Carolina or South Carolina?
North Carolina.
Then I'll come to North Carolina. I have
That's
family in
like-
Wake Forest.
Look at how sad she is.
Like
It's such a
45
pathetic
minutes
choice.
from me.
Yeah, I have family there. I'll come visit.
Greg, where do you live?
Western Massachusetts.
Okay. You're a
You're close to
masshole.
Evie,
That makes
right?
a lot of sense.
I am a masshole, yes.
The mass hole thing is no joke.
It's
I did
no-
not
it's no
understand until I lived there, and then driving
Oh,
in
yeah.
Massachusetts is like the worst thing ever.
We are literally the worst. I'm like masshole decaf though because I'm
You're like
from
masshole
Western
light.
Mass. Masshole light, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like I'll
Vegas,
say
bro.
all the masshole things, but I'll be joking.
Lana, I would die. Please come.
No, I
Vegas.
turned into a masshole though when I lived there because I lived there for almost 2 years, and I would like when I'm walking downtown, I'm trying to walk across the street, and someone almost runs me over. I will stop and I will scream at them. Like,
Yes.
it's like transition.
That's the New Yorker in me. I
It's
grew up in
contagious.
upstate New York. No one in the South like gets the New York personality. They just think, especially when I was in Alabama, they thought I was like the worst person ever. Like,
Okay, well,
they're-
Alabama.
they didn't get my like. I'm like, y'all knew when you hired me where I was from. You knew what I was like when you hired me. They would call me Yankee to my face. Not even behind my back, but to my face.
bitch slap.
Take them out of the woodwork.
Like, y'all, you treated me like I was like dirt on the shoe, but yet you hired me without even meeting me in person over Zoom. I was hired when I lived in Idaho.
You lived in Idaho?
That's where I went to grad school. I was
Sorry.
out there for 6 years.
Idaho's a gorgeous state.
It is. It really is.
Where? Because the only interesting
my stupid
Idaho that I ever saw was waterfall.
Are you confusing Idaho with Iowa?
No,
Could be.
Iowa.
Idaho's gorgeous. Idaho, was so
especially
gorgeous.
like northern Idaho, up by Washington, with all of the
Yes.
rolling fields and the Palouse.
Yes.
There was a forest
Um,
fire the one time I was there, so maybe that.
There's a
kinda
lot of
reminds-
people
I'm
who are
used-
transplanting from California to Idaho.
That
There
sounds
are.
like southern Idaho, Kate, which is not as great.
Not
Which
great,
freaking waterfall was it? I was at a waterfall, and the waterfall had a big old energy generator on it, and it was a big deal. And that's the only thing I saw the whole time I was there. And I can't remember the name of the waterfall because it's in my scrapbook.
Columbian River, somewhere off that, maybe.
No, it started with an S.
Well-
I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't know.
The Snake River?
No, I'll ask my friend who was on. This was on my Route 66 trip, and so I can't remember. I could pull up a picture.
Well,
but it's not
The
gonna help.
rest of Idaho is a beautiful state.
Yeah, especially the northern part, like you were
Yeah.
saying, so gorgeous.
Look up the Palouse. And my niece saw a picture
Coeur
of it.
d'Alene.
Yeah, I was
McCall.
like a half hour from Coeur d'Alene when I was in grad school for 6 years.
Oh, okay.
I was in Moscow, which is like
Okay.
right on the Washington border.
Yeah,
My neurologist was in Coeur d'Alene, so I went there all the time.
yeah.
Shoshone Falls. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah. So my niece saw a picture of the Palouse, which is the hills in Idaho and Washington, and she thought it was from The Wizard of Oz. She's like, "Is that from The Wizard of Oz?" I'm like, "Nope, that's a real place, honey.
That's cute.
That's where Aunt Kate used to be."
Aw. You could have said that you were in Munchkin Land.
I was terrified of The Wizard of Oz as a kid, so
It is the monkey of
Oh,
finding.
my husband didn't watch it until after we were married.
my older
Wow.
sister used to put The Wizard of Oz on and then forward to the Wicked Witch song just to see me go running and hide under my bed.
Yeah, I used to hide from monkeys too.
Like, if you think about the idea, they're frightening. They're
They are.
terrifying.
They're very frightening.
And they're like really scary looking too.
And
But
then
like, way to make a movie that impacted eternity. You know what I mean? Like, everybody knows Wizard of Oz still, and it was like one of the first color movies, and they did such a good job. I still
Yeah.
really like to read the book
Yeah.
because I would like to see. Maybe that can be a book to movie comparison. I
See,
do. on
there
my
you go.
channel. That would be fun.
Frank Obama. It's supposed to be like an economic allegory.
Sounds like it's right
Buddy
up
Reed
Greg's
with Greg.
alley too. A Buddy Reed?
Buddy read with Greg. Economic allegory. Wizard of Oz. Come on.
I will have to actually look into the history of that because that sounds interesting.
You could probably connect it to Brazil
Is-
somehow.
Is the Wicked Witch of the West capitalism?
It
Like
has to deal with
And
the Yellow Brick
flamingos.
Road
Yellow Brick
and the Tin
Road.
Man.
Interesting. This
Mhm.
is just taking a whole turn.
No, I have. This is not drunk thoughts. This is. I have read this somewhere. I can't remember where, but it exists.
Just
I will have
like
to look into it.
Poseidon. Just
Did
like
anybody ever see
the
that
birth
movie
of Peg-
Return to Oz?
Yeah,
Yes.
just like the birth of Pegasus.
That movie
it-
was
it's real.
wild.
Yes, it was.
Those monkeys were weird on the little rolling things, and the lady who changed her face all the time. Like that
Yeah.
movie was stressful. Super stressful.
All right, my Wi-Fi is dead.
Oh,
You're
no.
you're alive. We can hear you and see you, kind of.
Does your
at least.
Wi-Fi have the patience of a dead man,
You're all
or is your
frozen.
Wi-Fi a dead woman scorned? Kate, are you gonna read Dead Woman Scorned? Are you gonna carry on?
Eventually,
I want
I
to keep.
can't tell you when,
I
but
want to keep on keeping on with these books.
yeah, I want to read them, but my TBR is so huge that I can't tell you when it's going to happen.
Not mine. I have like 4 books in my TBR.
Sharon, that is a big fat lie.
How does anyone only have 4 books on their TBR lives? You sit on a
I
throne
know
of lies.
I'm lying. I have I have books in every room in my house, including the garage.
I just packed up all the books that I've bought
guys
since
are
I moved back home 9 months ago. And I have like 12 boxes. That does not include all the stuff that I had from before. So, but I blame BookTube for probably 10 out of the 12 boxes.
Yeah, one box has my name on it, one has Alan's name on it, one has like I don't
Literally.
know. Yeah.
I have an entire fact book box now. And
Yes.
What the rest of us call nonfiction books.
Yep.
yeah, now I call oh crap.
Abby gave us the blessing of the special name fact books.
Again, and that just didn't happen.
What?
We were gonna do another reading sprint and it didn't happen.
Oh yeah. It has not happened.
It's the wine for me. I've drank like 3/4 of that big ass bottle.
Oh Jesus.
I feel like on a normal reading sprint, people usually do what, like 3 chunks of reading with like talking interspersed.
Yeah.
But Wine Wednesday, you have a handicap, so you only get 2.
Because now we're
Yep.
just not chatty. The first round was good, and then now by this round, like I'm nice and warm.
Right, me too. And it's already hot here, so I'm like dying a little bit. It's
Yeah.
okay.
No, everyone,
Coming up
it's
on my
so hot
bedtime.
everywhere. It's been 65 degrees and cloudy here in San Diego, and I'm not mad at all.
That's all. I hate you. It's like 90 degrees.
I
And
know
like
my parents
mid-
live in Medford, Oregon. They're like, it's 115 degrees. I was like, I'm chilling, literally. All
It
good.
said it was like, it felt like 97 degrees when we started this stream. I'm like, how is it 97 degrees at 7 o'clock at night? This is ridiculous.
That's hot. That's too hot.
It's ridiculous.
I
Like,
don't like
it
that.
should, we cooled down 1 degree since the middle of the day.
I feel like
Because
that's
we're-
one of the things I like about the coast, living by the ocean, is
Yeah.
it doesn't get like that hot.
Cake by the Ocean. That song's gonna be stuck in my head now.
Cake by the ocean.
Hate
Yeah. Especially
Well,
when you go to the
friends.
nude beaches, there's lots of cake by the ocean out there.
Oh my god. I
I
can't get that
honestly,
image out of
to
my
be
head
completely
now.
honest, I don't know what that euphemism is supposed to mean. I just know that Joe Jonas sings it, and that's all that
Oh.
really matters.
Well, cake is usually like butt. Like
Booty.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I've never
My
heard that
aunt
before.
called me yesterday and she was like, "What's this I hear about you going to a nude beach?" I was like, "What are you even talking about?" She was like, "Your grandmother called me." All upset. I was like, "What is grandma? How does she even know?" Like, I just posted it on my Instagram. She was like, "Your mother called your grandmother freaking out, and she called me freaking out." I was like, "This is silly." People are
That's
wild.
crazy.
Why are we losing everybody?
Kate has
Uh,
We
disappeared.
lost Kate. We lost
I'm
Sharon.
here. I'll be right there.
Okay.
She learned about the cake and she bounced.
Yep. The cake.
She's
the
like,
cake.
that's too much. I can't handle it. I don't blame her. It
I don't
is
blame her either.
Yep.
coming up very, very quickly on my bedtime.
This is how distraught Andrew's grandma was, actually. She had to turn off her webcam and she had to leave the room, you know, when she found out her granddaughter was going to a nude beach.
Yes,
The horror.
just is what it is.
Yep.
And I will go back. Good thing Alan's not here in the comments this time, all angry.
Throw
about
pants
it.
at people.
Is Alan opposed to nude beaches?
Yeah, when I jumped on after I went, he was just like, "I strongly disapprove of this beach,
Yes.
and I'm gonna go there and hand out pants to everybody." I was like, "Okay, Alan."
Yes,
The pants cannon. He's gonna have
Yes.
t-shirts.
with the 5-star strumpet pants.
Yes, I told him to make them 5-star trumpet sweatpants with
I
little
was like,
beads.
you need pants, you need bras, you need like all sorts of stuff.
No, no one ever needs a bra. No.
He's
Not
not
at
worried
that
about
beach,
that.
they
He's
don't.
just worried
Oh,
about
no.
the pants.
Yes. So silly. Oh my gosh, I can never rewatch this sprint because I'm going to be so embarrassed.
Okay, me too.
I have drunk videos on my channel. It's fine.
I,
Yes,
I,
you
We should do a buddy read and then do a drunk live stream review. Of
Oh,
it.
jeez.
When I first started my channel, I dabbled with the idea of my drunk writing sessions, and I did one video
It
that
was
is
great.
actually like amongst the top 10 of my total videos on my channel. But I don't.
Because
think
it was
I can do
fantastic.
I don't know if I could do
It was amazing.
If I do if I'm drunk for talking about the Black Coast, it'll be like, guys,
Dragons.
there are dragons. They're so good. They're great
Everyone read
dragons.
it.
In Brazil.
There's
Brazil.
pirates, and the pirates reminded me of the South American pink tide, and
And I had pink
Never.
wine to go with the pink tide.
the contrasting between the different pirates was like the differences between Venezuela and Bolivia, and we have to acknowledge these differences. I don't have real connections to South American politics with this book. I
You'll
don't think.
find them, I'm sure.
Oh, actually, I did, but never mind. No,
No, you won't talk about them?
not well. Yes, but I don't want to put people to bed early. I guess Cake by
There
the
you go.
Ocean is even. Ooh, is it?
You
I
can have
did-
to take it
At Black
put them
Beach,
covered in
it is
sand.
called the bushes or the bamboo. That's where you go
Hmm,
for those experiences.
interesting.
Okay. On that note,
I don't go to the bushes or the bamboo because I do not need that with random strangers at a beach.
what has happened? Suddenly my subscriber
This is
count.
what happens when you add alcohol to this stuff.
No.
Kate. Stop.
Andrew, next one's going to be on your channel.
Oh, it's even worse. It'll be even worse on my channel. Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, who wants to
Pre-game
host
in
next week?
Pre-game for the live show.
I can always host too, whenever. But
Yes.
I
think
should
we're
have
gonna-
I should have a drunk readers versus writers session. I think that would be a super fun.
That would be fun. I want to come.
why do you guys always say there's going to be dragons, but then there's never dragons? What the hell is wrong with you?
Where
think-
are the dragons?
I think that will be a pointed thing.
Hey, there's dragons
whenever
in this
I write
book.
the Dragon Wars.
There are
will be
dragons.
no
It's not
dragons.
There are
No
lots of
dragons in the
this
Dragon
book.
Wars. Only Alan.
That is so
That's a lie.
disappointing.
That's-
Boo. Boo.
I'm not reading that.
Worst.
Well, then
book
I'm not
ever.
writing that. Kate.
Out of
Just
there.
kidding. I take that back. Please write the Dragon Wars.
There has to be dragons though, because you don't want to be Evan Winters in Rage of Dragons and not actually have dragons.
I don't believe in dragons. So
It doesn't matter if you believe.
Came back to a
that.
hot mess and we're hilarious. So fine.
yeah, she did come back to a hot mess.
This is true, yeah.
She came back to the alcohol kicking in. Is what she
Drunken
came back to.
Pegasuses are.
Like a sigh, thank you very much, I think is the proper term.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hey, did you know you could eat cactus? Just because you said pegasi, and then I thought cacti, and I was at the grocery store today, and in the vegetable section, there's cactus.
Have you ever had prickly pear? Because prickly pear is
Yes.
the shit, my friend. I'm from Arizona. I know that crap.
I just didn't know you could eat it. Like,
I
I'm
had
not
no
mad
idea
at it.
either.
It's just, this was very new information to me. This guy was like very much like picking like the cactus out of the thing that he wanted to eat. I just didn't know that
You
could
don't just like chomp on it. Like
I
you
get.
do to it.
But-
Just go to the desert and pick a cactus and eat it like an
Oh
apple.
It's like such a
Hard and
strange
brutal.
thing to want to eat.
It's like Creed with the potato, but like with the cactus instead.
What's going on? Oh gosh.
My cousin in Arizona, she has this giant, like 50-foot tall saguaro cactus in front of her house. And it fell over the other day because of the drought and like smushed her ex-husband's car. Which I personally thought was like a great version of irony and thought it was awesome, but it apparently costs a lot of money to have that stuff removed. So, but his car was totaled, which is good because he's an asshole. That's fine.
High five.
High five, cactus. Mhm.
Okay,
do
well,
we want to have one more sprint? Or are you,
There's
are
Kate
you
going to bed.
tired, Kate?
I can do one more like really short one.
Like 20-minute short or like 15-minute short?
I can do 20 minutes.
Okay, 20
If I
minutes.
stay awake. If you see me falling asleep, just yell at me.
Oh, if I see you
Okay.
falling asleep, I'm gonna be so happy. I'll wake you up with that Pennywise voice, girl.
Honey, please don't. Hi, Amanda. I'm glad you're here. I see you in the comments. Kate, I love you.
So rude. I was just excited to see Amanda over here, and you shut me up just because you are rude. Kate, this is why our relationship is over tomorrow.
I'm so entertained right now, guys.
Me too. I need another glass of wine before this last sprint.
Okay, one
I
more.
need more gin and tonics for this last sprint, or I won't be.
Let's go till 30.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds
Okay.
so good. I cannot wait. I'll see you all in 25
See you.
minutes. Bye.
Well, friends, how did we do in our last one?
Great. I just finished a chapter as soon
Awesome.
as just right now. Vish!
Oh,
Vishva
yay.
just came here. And we're done. I hate that.
Well, you could always start a new one, but it is my
Don't fucking
past
tempt
my
me.
bedtime now.
Don't freaking tempt me. I shouldn't say the F word. on
Past
this
my
channel. I'm sorry.
bedtime. I stayed up a half hour past my bedtime just
I'm
for
so
you.
glad that you did do that. Piper wanted to say goodbye to everybody.
Oh.
Too.
Hyper.
I'm sorry, I was muted. Kate, I just poured a new glass of wine. You can't go to bed. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, too bad. What happened to other Kate?
I agree with Amanda. I think she those gin and tonics caught up to her, and she was like, "Okay, goodbye."
R.I.P. Kate.
She's
Oh,
She's
Kate is
back.
back.
She's here. She's like, "No, I'm not done."
I am helping my cousin. He's installing a mirror for my grandpa's bathroom, and so I have to go help him hold it up. So I might not be here when you guys say goodbye because I gotta be
Oh.
of assistance. So I love everyone though, and I will.
Thanks for joining. I was just about to say goodbye because it's
Yeah,
way
Kate
past
is
my
actually
bedtime.
tired.
Yeah.
I
All
won't
you
peer
people.
pressure you anymore, Kate.
It won't work.
I think I'll finish this book anyway, so that Team Aries can take the #1 spot tomorrow.
Go for it.
I wish you luck in your efforts to get
I wish
number
you
2
luck too,
behind
Gregory,
Team Poseidon.
because if I were to lose to anybody, I'd rather lose to you. So
Likewise,
Team
of
Poseidon
course.
can pull it together because we're very close. So
Yes. 1 and 2 right here.
I hope that one of us wins at least.
Yep.
I really do.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Kate,
Thank you for hosting.
Mona Moore, I'm so sad to lose you as my wife tomorrow. It's just been
Shit
such
happens.
a journey. Shit does happen. So I'm sure I'll move on and I'll find someone
Yeah.
else.
Absolutely.
I'll go find Vishva. She'll be my wife.
All right, guys.
All right.
Have a great night.
Bye.
Have a
Bye.
good morning, Vish.
See ya, everyone.
Bye.
All right. Bye.